First of all, congratulations on the signing. We know first week of July is very active in the NBA in terms of free agency. You mentioned up there some of the things you liked about DeMarre Carroll, but when you looked at the whole landscape in terms of what was out there and what this team needed to address going into next season, how much did you focus on DeMarre Carroll as opposed to other options that might have been out there?
Full focus, in our opinion, it was a number one target. You want to kind of stay focused in free agency and not be all over the place, but also keep tabs on other things. He was a focus for us. He brings those intangibles you want. A tough player. This is managing maybe expectations. This is not adding a player that's going to come and do crazy things
Right.
on offense. He's a piece that fits, I think, with what we have with Kyle and DeMarre, and try to be a little bit dynamic, especially defensively. A guy that can guard multiple positions and toughness. You want to go out there and compete, and the guy competes every day, every second, every minute. His intensity is off the charts, and slowly we hope you keep adding little things, like that continue to help you grow as a team and teach winning. We want to learn how to win in Toronto, and hopefully he helps us.
Masai, when you talk about that, DeMarre referenced that you two had a chance to work together in Denver. So you identify a player like that, you start watching him, you watch his travails, and you watch how he's bounced around from team to team, and he's had some difficulty, and you watch him continue to persevere. How much did that appeal to you when you said, you know what, I look back at that guy, I look where he is now, I'd love to bring him to Toronto?
Yeah, well, sometimes you have those late bloomers too, like guys that start off, like slow and then they figure it out, they figure it out on the court, off the court, and he's one of those, great family person, met his dad and his wife and kid, and it's phenomenal, just solid background, and then comes in here and he brings those things, that you can see a person that has gone through, a lot of stuff in life and is now beginning to understand, the way to, find success. And he did. He was phenomenal in the playoffs last year and during the regular season. Has been phenomenal the last couple of years, three years in the NBA. And now he sticks here, and hopefully we continue to grow with him.
Masai, I've always said, give me the guy who's willing to sleep on the floor the same way he's willing to sleep in a king-size bed in the Ritz-Carlton, that kind of guy. And he seems like that guy, but Jonesy and I were talking about the fact that you bring him in to this roster and what he's going to do in terms of impacting the practice, the level of competition in practice. For guys like DeMarre and, Kyle, who probably haven't seen that on a day-to-day basis, the guy's going to work hard and really force them to play at a high level.
Oh, definitely. It helps everybody. I think we got competitors. That's great. But when you bring in even, tougher, great mentality type players, it even takes it up a notch. And this is what this guy is going to bring. Not just on the floor, in practice, in the locker room, a focus. A focus of what it takes to win. And so we look forward to it.
Masai, let's bring it full circle. When did you guys, your meetings with Coach Casey and all your personnel people, when did you look at all the traits, the qualities, and say, DeMarre Carroll fits, and that's the guy we need to go after?
As I said, right after the season, we were going to do our homework, and evaluate everything, everybody, including ourselves, including myself, some of the things that I didn't do so well last year, and but from head to toe, and the good thing is we all acknowledged, that's where you start. You acknowledge some of the things that you don't do so well, and then you go out there and try and work on them. Sometimes things get like a little drastic where you maybe have to let people go and stuff, but you know what, that's the nature of the business, and But we had confidence. We had confidence in our players. I know it was a disappointing ending, but you continue to grow and try and figure it out. So so right after the season, we started trying to evaluate everything and see. And then he was one of the guys we targeted as we started to evaluate free agents and players that we could possibly bring.